Are you aware of how important graphics really are? Every single business in existence requires graphics in a plethora of ways. You might imagine the fees associated with getting design work done. Some sources are really cheap, and others can cost hundreds, and even thousands, of things like logos, banners, websites, and clip art. All of which are essential for any online business. This is just a common problem that we all have to accept and live with. Or is it? What if there was a way to quickly get exactly what you want, without having to hire a designer or pay ridiculous outsourcing fees? That sounds really nice, doesn't it? To be able to just get the results you want, when you want it. And without costing you a dime. We know what you're thinking, too bad it's just not possible. We know that sounds familiar to you because it's something that everyone encounters who pursues an online business. It's just a fact of life, and there has been no real solution. Until now. Have you ever considered that you can just do it yourself? Creating and designing things yourself is the best way to get exactly what's in your brain out into the real world. It's not as hard as you might think. What a lot of people also don't realize is that Photoshop is just another tool. It's not any harder to learn than, say, Microsoft Word. Once you learn what a certain function does, it's really hard to unlearn it. Photoshop is a huge treasure trove of opportunity. Designers are making a killing from their work, and it's only getting more and more in demand with time. It's the #1 most useful skill you can learn online. There are so many options for someone who is interested in pursuing Photoshop. It's listed as one of the most in-demand skills around. Rasmussen College recently performed an analysis of over 28,000 job postings and found that Photoshop was the most requested skill by a milestone. In fact, there are over 1,000 job postings right now for Photoshop designers on Monster that pays over $150,000. We're not making this stuff up. Photoshop is in big demand these days, and you want to know why? It's because every product or service that exists needed someone to design and produce visual marketing material for it. That includes every product you can think of. It would actually be harder to come up with something that didn't require a designer than something that does. Designers are needed for everything from label design to billboard advertising. The average designer makes over $50,000 per year. It's obvious that it's not a matter of why you should learn Photoshop. It's a better question to ask, why shouldn't you learn it? The simple fact is that there is no excuse for anyone to not learn Photoshop. You might find it fun, or you might decide to add it to your current service offerings. You might just use it on the side for things you don't want to outsource, or you might sell some images and make cash on the side. But you may be wondering. Yeah, right, no one can teach me Photoshop. It would either be too expensive or just a waste of time. Under normal circumstances, that would completely correct. The most affordable accredited school for online design cost over $18,000. The Rhode Island School of Design, which is the ranked #1 in the world, costs $42,932 for tuition and fees. Yikes! Even simple 2-day classes from Adobe cost $695. That's a lot of money and a huge decision. Granted, it's one that can pay off big time. It's a skill that is rapidly becoming more and more in demand as time goes along, and it can be very lucrative. Although people like that are masters of their skill and trade, even they had to start somewhere. Not surprisingly, most of them were self-taught. However, that's just not a realistic option for the average online business owner. We know you are busy and cannot afford to waste months or years fiddling with various options in Photoshop in order to become proficient. That's why we have created a course that's made just for people like you. Go from knowing absolutely nothing about Photoshop to creating and editing professional images in about 2 to 3 hours flat. That's not an exaggeration. All of the modules are easy to follow and designed to get you through it as fast as possible. These are the essential tools most commonly used in order to complete the majority of designs. There is simply no need to learn it all. Let's face it, do you use every function in MS Word? What about in Chrome or Firefox? Is it required to learn everything about a program in order to use it successfully? Absolutely not. Earlier we discussed the many ways you can make money with Photoshop. But we really want to make sure you understand the importance of that. People are using images to communicate. People share photos and graphics more than any other type of content. More than video, text, or anything else. Pictures are how people communicate. Images and graphics are flat out the lifeblood of the internet. Photos right now make up 75% of Facebook posts, with Facebook accounting for more than 25% of all internet traffic. Businesses are posting images more than links and videos. More than anything else. If you're not making money with Photoshop, you're missing out.
There are so many ways to learn from Photoshop. Add this new service to your own business for additional client and revenue opportunities. You can create original work, or do retouching for people, complete website designs, and so much more. Sell your own photographs. You can create pictures and just sell them. Use your iPhone, a camera, or create them purely in Photoshop. You can create backgrounds, icons, vectors, logos, and so much more. You can drive traffic to whatever you want with Facebook images, eye candy on Pinterest, blog posts, and infographics. Traffic is key to earning online, and now you know that images are the way people communicate online. Use that to your advantage. Set up an Etsy store, or set up a service turning photos and videos. You can take pictures and do touch-ups for weddings or events. You can host online classes, teach other people how to use Photoshop, or set up your own Photoshop tutorial site and earn a nice passive income that way. The only way to do all those things is if you have the skill. You could take one graphics that you created and sell it for $120, over and over again. Just one image, and just one download. You can make a crazy amount of money again and again. Would you trade a few hours for that? 2 to 3 hours to learn a skill that can pay over and over? PS Instant Expert is simply the easiest way to become a professional yourself in as little time as possible. It's designed to get you on the fast track to Photoshop success. Which leaves you wondering how much we are going to ask for all this. It saves you $40,000 in tuition and fees and years of hardship. It's a ride in the fast lane on one of the most in-demand skill sets around. You might be thinking we'd charge at least $1,000. But no, we aren't going to do that. We aren't going to charge $497. It's easily worth $297, but you aren't going to pay that either. You aren't even going to pay $197. But hold on a second there. On top of teaching you all the vital tools and tricks required to be a decent designer, we are also throwing in loads of free bonuses to help you on your way. We are not going to charge that. The cost for you is just $27. Just click the button below right now to get started. Become an instant expert with Photoshop and know how to produce amazing designs in no time. You will be taken straight to the members area, and in just a few short hours you will know as much as the highest paid designers around. Remember, this is all 100% risk-free on your part, so you have absolutely nothing to lose. See you on the inside. PS This is the best and fastest way to become an expert with Photoshop. Not only will you learn all the vital elements of being a fantastic designer, you will also learn a number of ways to quickly profit being a designer, including getting the tool at an unbelievable discount. Similar training costs anywhere from $695 all the way to $40,000, and you can save all that, and years of stress, by joining PS Instant Expert right now. PPS Your investment is 100% secured and you have nothing to lose. Become an expert with one of the best skills around, cut expensive designing costs, and be able to make money effortlessly with your own designs as you see fit. The options are only limited by you, and what you decide to do with your knowledge. So act now or lose out, as we are closing the doors for good in just a few short days. PPPS If you've made it this far, what's stopping you? PS Instant Expert is the real deal, created from the ground up by a professional Photoshop master. You unlock all his secrets, tips, and training for a very low price, and you have absolutely nothing to lose. Act now, or you will lose out.